try to understand the mechanism of the mind. The mind can only live either out of past or out of future. The mind feeds on that which is not. The mind lives through that which is not. The past is no more, the future is not yet. Both are non-existential, and the mind feeds on the non-existential. Hence, those who have come to see their mind say that mind is non-existential, because it lives on the non-existent. It cannot be existent itself. It is a shadow. It is not reality. One has to stop rushing, running. That's what meditation is all about. Stopping the mind here now. Bringing it to the present. And you will be surprised. The moment you bring it to the present, it melts and disappears. It is like you take a candle in your dark room and darkness disappears. The darkness cannot face the candle. If the candle is not there, the darkness is there. Bring the light in and the darkness is no more there. The darkness was only the absence of light. It was absence. It had no existence of its own. It was shadowy, non-existential. You cannot bring darkness in a room, and you cannot throw darkness out of a room. You cannot do anything with darkness directly, because nothing can be done directly with that which is not existent. You can do something with light. Light has existence. Even if you want to do something with darkness, you will have to do it with the light. If you want no more darkness, bring light in. If you want darkness, put light off. But you are doing something with the light, and something happens to darkness. Darkness is a shadow, absence of light. It has no positivity in itself. It is simply negation. So is mind. It is the absence of the present. If you are present in the present, mind disappears like darkness. If you are not present in the present, mind is there. Mind can exist only if you rush and run. The more you rush, the more mind you have. The less you rush, the less mind you have. And if you are suddenly quiet and calm, not going anywhere, past or future, not going at all, no movement in the mind, all is quiet, not a ripple, you will be surprised there is no mind in you. Mind is negativity. No mind is positivity. In language, no mind seems to be a state of negation because of the word no. And mind seems to be very positive. But that is not true. No mind is a positive phenomenon. Mind is a negative phenomenon. Mind cannot face no mind. And all the mystics down the ages have been emphasizing only one thing. The mystics may be Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Mohammedan, it doesn't matter. Because the mystic is not confined by any outer religion. But the message is very clear, single and one. The message is attain to no mind. Become a no mind. How to become a no mind? Exist in the present. The mind will give you 1,001 arguments. It will say, if you don't plan ahead, you will miss. If you don't prepare now, what you are going to do tomorrow, what you are going to do tomorrow, the tomorrow has to be planned today. It is very clever in reasoning. Impotent existentially, but very potent rationally. It will say, if you don't look back, how you are going to learn out of your past? One has to look back. One has to sort out things. One has to continuously go back to learn, to condense essential lessons so that you can use them in the future. And one has to plan for the future. One has to be ready for the future. Logical, rational, convincing. But remember one thing. If you have lived your past, and who else has lived it, then the lesson has gone deep into your blood and bones, into your marrow. You need not remember it. It is digested in you. People remember or try to remember things only which have not been digested, which are not yet part of your being. If something becomes part of your being, you need not think about it. It is there. If you are burned by a fire, next time you come across fire, you don't have to repeat. You don't have to tell your mind, listen, last time you were burned by a fire. It hurts very much. Now don't go near it. You don't do this syllogism. This syllogism will look very silly. You have been burnt, now you know. There is no need to repeat it. You will avoid the fires. The knowledge has become part of your being. There is never any need to go into the past. And who is going to plan for the future? You are planning for the future. If you are capable to plan right now, why you cannot do it tomorrow when the situation confronts you? For example, you are going tomorrow for an interview. You are thinking about it. What I am going to say. How I am going to enter in the office. How I am going to sit. You are preparing for it. It is going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow you will be 24 hours more wiser. Why plan for it today? You will be there. Nobody else is going. You will be there giving the interview. Why can't you be spontaneous? Why you can't trust yourself? And I am not saying that you are not to book for the train if you are going tomorrow. I am not saying that you are not to think ahead how much money you have and how much you can waste in a certain thing, how much you have to save. Those are trivia. They don't disturb you. They are mundane things. When I am saying don't project in the future, I mean the psychological future. And when I say don't go into the past, I mean the psychological past. Somebody insulted you yesterday. Now don't brood over it. There is no need. Don't play with the wounds. It will hurt more. And if you face the man today, Don't react out of your yesterday. Don't say to yourself, because this man insulted me, now I have to take revenge. Look at the man as he is right now. He may be coming to you to apologize. Look at him as he is right now. Don't look through the past. Otherwise, you will be misinterpreting him. This happens every day. You say something, your wife understands something else. The wife says something, you understand something else. Communication seems to be impossible. By and by, husbands and wives become afraid of saying anything at all. Because the moment you say, there is misunderstanding. Why can't people who love each other, who live with each other, understand each other? The problem is past. The wife interprets through the past. The husband interprets through the past. Nobody is listening to the present. Nobody is there. They both are there like ghosts. The past is there. The present is not there. And because of the past, the clash. One of the greatest problems facing humanity is communication. How to communicate. How to say things that you are not misunderstood. But even if you are silent, silence can be misunderstood. It is misunderstood. If the husband is silent too much, too long, the wife jumps over. He says, what is the matter with you? Why are you silent? Now, even silence cannot be understood rightly. Because of the past. Because of your loaded mind, everything goes astray. Everything becomes entangled. Everything becomes complex. And because of the past, you cannot listen to the present clues. Those who have been working in the world of communication and who has been searching for the mechanics and dynamics of communication, they say 70% communication is non-verbal. But you don't see that 70%. Your husband is saying something to you. Your wife is saying something to you. Those words are only 30% of the communication. The body is saying something, the body language. The face is saying something. The tone. The eyes. All those things are saying, the 70% consists in them. But who is there to see that? You simply listen one word and you immediately go into the past and you know what she means. And before she has completed the sentence, you have already arrived at a conclusion. You are already ready to answer. You have not listened to her, and your answer is ready. When two persons are talking, just watch their faces. One is saying something, the other is preparing how to answer it. He is not listening. I have heard. It happened in a university, two professors went mad. It is not surprising. In fact, the surprising fact is what others were doing. Why they were not mad.